Check. Good afternoon, north of 44 degrees. I've spent most of this Christmas break putting insulation in the south wall of the shop. Heading inside right now to do the last two sections. But because this is the first video of the new year, I figure it would be appropriate to do a New Year's resolution. So for 2025, I'm going to do at least one video where I play my own music during these time-lapse segments. So usually I use an online service, but one of the goals for this channel when I started it was kind of getting out of my comfort zone and doing unexpected things. So 2025, we're gonna stay in that mode, and I'm gonna play my own music in one of these videos. Probably won't mention it. You'll see it in the notes. The good news about me and music is if I practice incredibly hard and for many hours, I can sound extremely mediocre. So it won't be hard to tell, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's jump inside and wrap this thing up. Day two, let's get some work done. So this is where we left off last night. I've got this section over here that's done. I got to finish up that one top piece up top. Take the cabinets off the walls and I can do this middle section. I'm going to start right away by putting insulation in this bay, and then we'll double up that scaffolding and we'll do the whole entire top row. That's where we're at. Let's keep going. Day three. Let's knock this out and get the rest of this insulation installed. Let's take a minute and talk about tape, because I'm on my third brand of tape for this project. First is why tape? Why tape the seams? Condensation happens at the intersection of warm air and cold air, especially on the surface. So closing up those seams keeps that warm air coming in contact with the cold air, so we don't have the condensation or risk of condensation. So that's why I'm taping up the seams. I started with this Everbilt tape. This is available at Home Depot. It feels like less than shipping tape. Very, very thin. It's probably only a few mil thick. And it doesn't have a very good adhesive. Doesn't mean it's a bad tape, it's just not right for this application. If we put it, this is just a typical room card, a hotel key card. So if we put a piece of tape on here, maybe we can see compared to a hotel room key card, you know, what the thickness of that tape is, and you can see it's just crazy thin. And the adhesive it's okay, but on the wood it wasn't sticking, and on the EPS board it wasn't very good as well, or very good either. Everbilt is, so this, from a product perspective, this is 1.9 inches wide. Why you wouldn't make it 2, don't know. 165 feet long, and checks in at 7 cents per foot. So it's 165 feet. I think it was like 13 bucks. So, you know, pretty affordable for what you get. I switched to a tape that I had good success with in the Steggo Tape. Much thicker tape, 3.75 wide, 180 feet long. This stuff is 27 cents a foot. Much more aggressive adhesive. Stuck to the wood well, stuck to the EPS board very well. The downside to the Steggo is you can't find it at your typical store. You usually have to go to a concrete specialty store, or I was buying it online. Let's add it to the top of this, see if we can maybe tell a difference between the two. I doubt it, but we'll give it a shot. I had to order this stuff in. Usually takes a week or so out here in the boonies. So not real convenient. Great tape, not real convenient. I ran out. I was a couple rolls short. I thought I had another roll to finish up this wall, but I don't. So I had to go look for an alternative. And a lot of the product reviews I was reading kept mentioning zip tape. And Home Depot doesn't carry zip tape. Lowe's does. Fortunately, the Lowe's here near me had it. So I went up and picked up enough zip tape to finish the job. So here's what zip tape looks like. Again, 3.75 wide, 90 feet long, $2.57 a foot, so quite a bit more expensive. But has more of a rubbery feel backing, and even more aggressive adhesive than even the Steggo. This stuff is just nuts. If you've ever worked with butyl tape, this feels just like a really thin butyl tape. So let's put it on here and see if we can kind of see the difference. I don't know if this is going to work at all, but we'll give it a shot. You can certainly, if you run your finger across the edges, this really is really thick. Again, it's the good side to it. It's available from Lowe's, so it's, you know, on the shelf locally. It's expensive. You know, this roll was 30 bucks. So it's, you know, but I'm not going to wait a week to finish this project up. So it's when you're sealing up the seams, you know, the tape matters, the backing matters, the adhesive matters, finding a good strong tape. I like the Steggo tape. You know, if you look at it on a price per foot perspective, it's actually quite affordable. For 27 cents versus over $2. But for all overall weatherproofness, this stuff is just ridiculous. It's really, really nice tape, and it's so thick. So there's tape. Planning makes all the difference in the world. If I'd done better planning, I would have had 2 or 3 extra rolls of this on hand, so I could have finished up this wall. But I didn't. So education costs money, and I just got some. All right, back to the wall. All right, friends, my fingers and toes are telling me it's time to find warmer climes. So I'm gonna head into the house and warm up for a little bit. It's currently 22 degrees here in the shop. So I've got these 4 sections all done. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got that section that needs tape and wool. I need this section that's gotta have EPS board tape and Rockwool, and that wall will be complete. So I'm gonna warm up. I'm not gonna come back for those 2 sections. If anything happens up there that hasn't happened in all of these sections, I'll bring you back. But I think we're gonna be okay. North wall's done, south wall's done. Next up, I need to skin these before I can do the west wall, which is here. And then I'm gonna also start on putting hangers for 2x4 so I can start working on the ceiling. So do all that. Coming up probably next, I don't know, it'll be pretty close. We got a whole house generator being installed middle of January. So expect that video. I'll go through how I did sizing and products that we're gonna use, and we'll have some fun with it. We'll learn something along the way. Thank you for watching. See you next week.